What's up, y'all? Carlos Mencia here, and welcome to this week's Mencia Minute, where we take things that happened this week and I give you my take on them. There you go. So this week, we got some good stuff. Ed Sheeran is shocked. Why? We're about to tell you. Oh, we're gonna talk about Kanye. I normally don't indulge in Kanye and the Kardashians, but I had to this week. And I'm gonna talk about an influencer. If I didn't do comedy and I was young, I'd probably be trying to be an influencer right now. That's what I'm doing. But I'm gonna talk about another one. Yeah. The $20 bill is getting changed, man. We're also gonna talk about cooking and food. We getting it in, baby. Also gonna talk about some Cubans. What happened? By the way, many more stories. Are you ready? Buckle up, baby. Here we go. So Ed Sheeran has discovered the opposite side of the internet. Oh yeah, in his early career, the internet loved him. You're so simple, dude. You're magical, dude. The way you create, you're amazing, dude. And he rode that wave. But recently, guess what he did? Out of the kindness of his heart, he released on TikTok one of his new songs. And guess what happened? Yep, you suck. This song sucks. Why would you put this on? This isn't even good enough. That's why you didn't put it out on your album. Horrible, horrible, horrible. You suck. He even actually said, why are y'all so mean? Because that's the world and the internet, my friend. It is what they do. They elevate you and tell you how great you are. They tell you how amazing your shit is. Artful, great. And then, shoot your ass down like a fucking goose, baby. That's how they do it. Listen to me. The good and the bad of the internet, my brother, but you just gotta let it roll off your shoulders, my friend. Ed. It's called cancel culture. It happens, bro. Don't let it bother you. You do you. Hey, coming from me, trust me. Trust me when I tell you this. The internet has been trying to take my career from me, all right? To destroy me, to cancel culture me since the early 2000s, baby. But I'm still here, bitches!
Sorry, bro. The internet just canceled you.
No, it hasn't! This is what happens, baby! See, they hit you, you get woozy, you get a little woozy. Back in the days of boxing, they called it queer streak. Yeah, I know it's not politically correct, I'm just telling you what it was. It's when they punch you and you don't go down, but you're woozy and they're trying to get you. They're trying to get you. But I came back, bitches! I'm back, bitches! So let's stay on topic, man. Some more hate coming at Nikita Dragon. Why? Because she's trying to hook up with Mr. Alejandro Rosario. What's the problem? She's 25. She waited till he was 18 years old. And then started flirting a little bit. And people were like, oh my God, I can't believe, what is she doing? What is she doing? She's trying to fuck a legal man. That's right. When you're 18, you can leave the house, your parents can't tell you what to do, and you can put your dick inside of anything. And when you're 25, you can sit on any dick you want as long as it's legal. By the way, legal in most states is I think 16 and 17, but 18, you're free, man. Let the boy, and by the way, we don't even know if they're doing it or not or if it's real. It's just on the internet, but if it is, you go, girl. Good for you. Rarely do we see, you know what I mean, the Demi Moore with the Ashton Kutcher. That's rare. Normally you get old ass rich dude, young ass beautiful woman. They're flipping the script. You go, Dragon. You breathe fire on his dick, girl. Rah. Well, it's pretty much gonna be official. Kanye said that it's not gonna work out with Kim, and he's gonna file for divorce before her because he wants to be the first one to file for a divorce. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I really thought that they would end up together. I mean, who would have thought that those two people, Kanye West, he's so normal, insane, and centered. You would think that he would be in a marriage forever. And a woman who literally became famous for fucking a semi-famous dude, you would have thought that she would have, And those two together, I thought, why? Why, Jesus? Why? Guess what? She's back, baby! Harriet Tubman is going to be on the $20 bill. For you people that don't know, during the Barack Obama administration, they said, yeah, we're going to put Harriet Tubman on, $20 bill. I think they had a few names and she's the one that came up on top. But then the Orange Oompa Loompa came in and he said, fuck that. No. You're not taking off somebody white to put somebody black. It is what it is. You can't change it. So it stayed. And now Biden, boom, baby, back in. Personally, a lot of things stir up when I hear about this. Number one, I get it, man. I get that if you're white, you're like, my world is changing. Not just changing, but my $20 bills are gonna have somebody black on it. I'm understanding this. I saw something the other day. 90% of Americans were white in 1950. Today, it's somewhere between 56 and 59%. In a decade or so, it's gonna be less than 50. That's crazy. That's gotta be harsh, and the world is changing around you. On the other hand, we brought black people to America. We made them slaves. We haven't even given them reparations. We gave Japanese Americans, I believe, $32,000 to $33,000 in reparations for being in internment camps during World War II for a few years. We enslaved black people for hundreds of years and never gave reparations. We never even gave them a fucking $20 bill. We promised them a mule and 40 acres, didn't give them shit. So, I'm not saying that we gotta give them money, but fuck, at least put them on the goddamn money, right? That's what I'm saying. Plus, when Harriet Tubman ends up on the $20 bill, one of my best friends gets to say this.
A nigga about to spend these tubbins. Think about the possibilities, all the rap music that's gonna come out of this. I'm about to spend these tubbins. I'm about to spend these tubbins. Throw some tubbins on Abby. Throw some tubbins on Abby. If you ain't got no tubbins, take your broke ass home. The possibilities are endless.
Well, the slippery slope has been slid. We got there. Yeah, okay, so, in the beginning, middle of last year, statues started coming down, names started getting changed. I was all down for them. Confederate stuff, I get it. The Confederate names on our military bases. I was like, yeah, they lost the war. Shouldn't be there. Not political correctness. It's just that they lost. To the winners, go the spoils. I understand it. But some people said, watch out. It's going too far. It's going too far. Well, it has happened. Some schools in San Francisco are changing the names of like 40 or 50 schools. A couple of them, Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. George Washington. Yeah, exactly. Gone too far? Yes, that's going too far, okay? You have to put people in the time that they were at because those were the times. You can't change them, all right? It is the way it is. But Abraham Lincoln, the guy who freed the slaves, who fought the Civil War, he's not good enough to be on your school? What the fuck do you need to do to end up on your schools? And by the way, to everybody in the San Francisco area who's doing this, whatever names you come up with better be so beyond reproach. They better be Gandhi-like. They better be Jesus-like. And even then, I don't know, somebody will find something wrong with it. You need to temper yourself. Stop. Seriously, George Washington, the grandfather of our country, these were the people that wrote the Constitution, whether you understand this or not, that even though at the time there was slavery, because of the words that they put there, all men are created equal, not all white men, but all men, including mankind, therefore women. All the equality that we've been fighting for is only doable because in the Constitution, they actually put that there. So stop. Who the fuck are you gonna take out next? Abraham Lincoln? You already fucking did! And sometimes it really matters Abraham Lincoln, we're all gonna know who he is, right? We're all gonna know. What are we gonna stop celebrating President's Day? Now I'm not gonna get a day off because of political correctness. But listen, Aunt Jemima, all right? A lot of people thought it was racist, blah, 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 not cool. Guess what? Now nobody's gonna know who the fuck she is or they're gonna forget because Aunt Jemima was a real person. And that pancake mix was her real pancake mix. That's right, way back in the late 1800s, Nancy Green had a recipe so good for pancakes that they bought it from her and she became Aunt Jemima. Now, they changed the picture a little later because they didn't have good pictures of her. She died in like the 1920s. She was 90 years old. How fucked up is this? She creates an amazing recipe for pancakes. They buy it from her. They call it Aunt Jemima's Pancakes. She's blowing up. She's killing it. She's 93 years old. Can life get any better? She gets hit by a fucking car. That's how she died. In 1923. Cars didn't go that fast. They hit her on purpose. I've got to imagine. I mean, she's slow as shit. And the car's slow as shit. How did that accident go? And then after all that, after all the years, after all political correctness, who says Aunt Jemima's a slogan and it's racist? Well, guess what? Nancy Green now is gonna be forgotten. Nobody's gonna remember that Aunt Jemima had the best recipe for fucking pancakes. So let us remember Aunt Jemima because people are gonna forget. Who's gonna remember the Pearl Milling Company? Huh? Change it back! Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jemima, stop the steal, stop the steal. So I read a story, and you know what this story did? It explains why things stick on a non-stick pan. Guess what? I didn't read the fucking story. You know why? Because if your pan says non-stick, the shit should not stick. That's what non-stick means. So either make your fucking pans non-stick or change them to sometimes sticks, but only if you do this and this and this and that. Bullshit. Stop fucking sticking, non-stick. Comedians do comedy and comedy makes you laugh. That's what we do. So if I don't make you laugh, what the fuck am I? And speaking of foods, this guy went to McDonald's and ordered some chicken, and well, this is what he got to put his mouth on. So I'm just wondering, I don't know about you, but I'm a weirdo and I'm freaky and I'm not homophobic, so I definitely would not have dipped the whole thing in ranch. Just the tip, and then Morgan Wallen got in trouble for making some racial slurs. Really? You don't know you shouldn't say shit like that anymore? Listen to me. I've been doing comedy long enough that when I first started, there were things that were acceptable. Things that I could say back in those days. I can't say that shit today. I'll give you an example and tell you a bunch of jokes and things that I put in those jokes back in the day that I cannot say today. Did any of that get through? No? Exactly! Stop saying stupid shit, you're gonna get in trouble. Trust me, I know, been there. So some TikTokers are eating burnt oranges to get their taste back after COVID. I called a few friends of mine who were doctors and they told me, doesn't matter what they're saying, that probably doesn't work. Most likely it doesn't work, but hey, I'm not gonna tell you what to do to get it back. I think it's kind of a pussy move, to be honest with you. There's so many other things you could put in your mouth to see, get your taste back. Some jalapenos, some really hot chicken wings. Hell, my culo. Lick my culo. You'll get your taste back, I promise. And if you don't, He didn't taste anything bad. It's a win-win for both of us. Yo, Lil Uzi put a $24 million diamond and embedded it right here on his forehead. That's crazy shit. But when you got that kind of money, do whatever you want with it. You know who I feel bad for? The poor Hindi lady who's busted her ass and is married. And all she gets is a fucking dot. Are you serious? This is all I get? I bend over. I suck your dick. I take it in the ass. I oblige you. I get on my knees for you. I get on my back for you. I do every goddamn thing, and all I get is this fucking dot? Bullshit. I love this story. Love this story. So a guy named Rashawn Harper committed a robbery, then fled the scene. Somebody followed him and called the police. While they were following him, he realizes somebody was following him and shot at those people following him, and it actually hit the car. Thank God it didn't hit the person. So they ended up going through a chase. He got out of the car, boom, boom, boom. Here's the great part of the story, by the way. The cops show up. He's got a gun in his hand. He's already shot somebody, and he's got it to his head. He's got a gun in his hand. It's pointing at his head, but he's got a gun. And guess what? This officer told him, hey man, don't do it. You don't have to. He told all the other officers to stand down. He talked to this kid. He talked him off the ledge. And guess what? The kid is now in jail. He's gonna go to prison for a while, but he's not dead. No cops are in trouble. That is what good policing is all about. Now let's get something straight. There were a bunch of cops pointing their weapons at him. Had he moved or done something crazy, I'm sure he would have got shot. But they didn't shoot him right away, and he had a weapon, and he was black, all right? This was everything that's supposed to be wrong, so to speak, right? It is what, in our recent past, has led to somebody getting shot. Officer, there's no joke on this one. It's just life, man. I love police officers like you. All the other police officers, that's what you're supposed to do, man. Stay safe, but try to save lives when possible. Good for you, officer. One day, I'm gonna go to your town in Ohio and do a free show just for you guys. I promise. That's from me to you. Thank you. Thank you. So this lady takes her car to the mechanic. He's gotta service the car. And she just kind of nonchalantly says to him, oh, by the way, check underneath the car. I just broke up with somebody. I think they might have put a tracking device on the bottom of my car. So he didn't think it was a joke, serviced the car, and then said, let me just make sure about that thing underneath the car. And he looked, and guess what? Her ex-boyfriend had put a tracking device in her car. So now there's internet, there's you took pictures and they're gonna put them out there, revenge porn. Listen, man, back in the days when I was young, this is a real story. I used to date this girl named Claudia. I'm not gonna say her last name, Claudia. And I broke up with her. Not a bad thing. I just liked her way more than she liked me at the time. She was falling in love and I was in a different place. So I chose to break it off as to not hurt her. From my perspective, I was doing the right thing. But I will never forget, me and producer Bert, my brother, woke up and went to the car. She had driven to the house and put a copy CD of Madonna's Take a Bow and left it on the windshield. So we played it for I don't remember how long, but that's like crazy shit that happened back in the day. Today, Claudia would have put me on Front Street, would have had naked pictures of me, would have had dick pics all over the place. So guys especially, we used to say something back in the day that's not politically correct. Bitches be crazy, right? Women are cool, but the ones that are crazy are amazing and bad. But it's gonna end with some shit like that. And ladies, dudes that are psycho now can track your phone, can get into your accounts. So I guess what I'm saying is, you know what? Hormones are what they are, and men are gonna want women, and women are gonna want men, and gays and trans. We're all gonna want love. I guess what I'm saying is, man, in this new age, you're fucked. So, old story, right? 3 Cubans get in a boat trying to come to America, but the waters are rough, and the boat overturns, and they end up on some small island off the Keys of Florida, kind of in between Cuba and the United States of America. And for 30 days, they were on this island alone, and they had coconut water and coconuts and stuff like that to eat for 30 days up until they got rescued. I think the weird part about this is the Coast Guard found them and threw some water and stuff down and left, but didn't come back to pick them up until the next day. That's kind of fucked up. But when I read the story, the whole POV was like, can you believe this? Oh my God, these guys had to. Are you kidding me, man? First of all, isn't that what everybody wants? To own their own island? They owned their own island for 30 days. Isn't that what everybody wants? To drink out of the coconut? They got to drink out of the coconut for 30-something days. Plus, I don't know about normal Americans, but I remember between the ages of 12 and 15 in Honduras, we ate the same shit every day. Every day, all right? Rice and beans and plátanos. 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 They're remaking The Wizard of Oz. And I'm not too excited about it because I think it's gonna be politically correct and it's gonna ruin it, all right? I remember when they remade Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and they took all the Oompa Loompa songs and kind of washed them down and made... I like that at first it was like, who's to blame? The mother and the father. I like that if you're fat and it's your fault, stop eating. I loved all of it. If you're a brat, I loved it. You're a shitty parent and you're a shitty kid and that's the way it is. But, the Oompa Loompas got jobs. All those little people got to work in movies. And here's where I'm going with this. I don't know if you know this, but I have a lot of friends who are little people and dwarves. And they tell me stories about how awesome it was while they were taping the old, version of it, that there were so many little people and the Lollipop Guild and the whole thing. And so because of that, like a lot of relationships were formed, a bunch of people got jobs. We represent the Lollipop Guild, and they got it. I guarantee you, political correctness is gonna take jobs from all those little people. Did you know that if you go, and when it opens up, do it again. Go to Disneyland, and when they do Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, guess what? None of the dwarves are actual dwarves. None of them are little people. Yeah, because they don't want to be offensive to little people, so they're not gonna give them a job. Ain't that a bitch? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like the Aunt Jemima thing. Oh, we don't want to be offensive, so let's pretend that a black woman in the late 1900s didn't come up with such an amazing pancake mix that the shit is still eaten over 100 years later. Look at me. If you're gonna remake The Wizard of Oz, there better be a shitload of little people in it. You better pay them well, and I want to see at least 2 stars come out of it. Like Willow, right? He first comes out in Willow and then boom, all of a sudden he's in all these movies and he's in Leprechaun too. So let's get some careers going, people. Wizard of Oz with the little people, make it happen. You better not fuck this up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this week's Mencia Minute. Let everybody know, share this with the world. Hasta la pasta.